everyone, I've got a journal to share with you today. This is my last and final design team project for Be Happy Stationery. Yeah, so I said that I wanted to retire from being on the design team as I've got so much on at the moment that I don't feel that I can give it my full attention and, you know, the dedication that it deserves, let's say. But Sandra did say that I could, you know, go back later if I wanted to. So yeah, thank you for that, Sandra. So here is the journal. I'm not sure it's actually going to be put in as a design project though, because I'm not actually in the group anymore, so I'm not sure what will happen there. But anyway, here we go. So it's made with two of Sandra's kits. One is the, what's it called? Fairy Foragers or foraging. I will put the name of the kits up so that you can see them, and you can go and buy the kits from Sandra's Ko-fi shop, which is Be Happy Stationery. So to start with, I used this wood effect background. I thought it went well with the foraging theme, and I found some stickers that went with it, and there's a little bird there. And then I made some of the things a bit bigger, so that they would fit into my massive, it's got hinges on the side so it'll come out bigger. And this is one of those really big hardboard tags, which I love, really like that. And then we have some of the pages here. I did back each of the pages with a plainer page. This is a little stamp from the kit. Then I added this little pocket here and put some little tags in. These are from the second, some of the pieces from the second kit I used. I did, as I say, use two kits, both from Sandra. I put a little wax seal there, and that's for writing on. This is just a little circle, and then there's a little bit there that I cut out. Over here we have a little bumblebee in the corner, and then we've got this lovely picture there, and then over here we've got a little dangle pinned onto this trim that I put on the edge of that page. I found these quotes, and I printed some of those out to use in here as well, which I really liked. And then on here, this is the picture that was on the page already, and I just sort of made it into a pocket because it was such a lovely picture. I didn't want to cover it up. Then over here we've got another one of the little animals, and then on here we've got another sticker, and then inside there I've put a huge journaling card, and it is again the same picture that's actually on the page. So over here we've got a mushroom sticker, and then we've got a mushroom pocket on this side with a little girl inside it with some flowers. There's some little, this is the middle of the signature, so there's some little dingle dangles there from where I sewed it into the book. Then over here we've got another little girl, and she's got a hidden writing spot, yeah. So she looks like she's just on the page like that, but when you pull that out, you've got a hidden writing spot with some dyed paper. And I actually got this dyed paper from my lovely friend Judy. Yes, so thank you for that, Judy. Yeah, and if you take it out, it just looks like a picture, but actually it's a hidden pocket. Yeah, I like doing things like that. Over here we've got a cute little caterpillar, and then we've got a big paper clip holding on this envelope, and inside the envelope are some little tags and things that can be written on, again from Sandra's kit. And I did make the envelope from the kit too. I just used some of the papers to turn it into an envelope. Believe you can, and you're halfway there. It's got some nice positive quotes in it. Then over here we've got that little boy holding an acorn. Then over here I've done a little waterfall element, and I used some of my own stickers to put on there. And then I do have a large sticker collection, by the way. Then on here I've got trimmed down the edge of the page, and I've put a little dangle on there too with a bit of old lace there and some mushrooms and a flower. And then we've got a little snail on that page. Over here we've got that pretty girl. Isn't she lovely? I love that picture. And then over here we've got a little hidden writing spot, so you can fold that out, write on it and fold it back in again. Then over here we have a little corner pocket that I used up, you know, a scrap of paper from the kit that was left over. I've got another one here. These are what I cut off the to make the envelope. And then I've used this piece of paper, which I've folded into 3 and tucked into that pocket. And then in this pocket we've got another little piece of folded paper that can be unfolded, written on and popped back in again. Then we've got more mushrooms, and then we've got this is a different one. Look, this one is it's the same girl, but this time, rather than putting the pocket at the bottom, this time I put it at the top, so you can pop your cards and your tags in like that. There we go. Over here we have one of these cute pictures again. Then we've got a wide belly band, and inside it I've made a little tag. This is from a what do you call it, a file folder, an old file folder. This is a little scrap from the kit that I've used. It says, "Do not follow where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and leave a trail." Really cute. Yeah, and that's a broad belly band. Over here we've got, "Give every day the chance to become the most beautiful day of your life." That's so nice. And then I saw this on Parita, I think it's Parita Bandama. She has her own channel, and I'm so inspired by that young lady. She does lots of things. And one of the things she did was to fold a piece of paper up like this to make these pockets. So there's one there, one at the back there. And then there's another little one at the front there. So yeah, 3 pockets there, and you could even have had 4 if you'd just glued around the sides. And then on this page we have another little belly band, and inside that one we've got a picture from the kit that I've just cut down into a large journal card. And then this is a little envelope which I've actually glued together upside down, and inside there we've got some more little pictures from the kit. I think it's Fungi Foragers. So that was that, and then you can open it out, and we've got a writing space here. I think that's come out of there, hasn't it? Yeah. Yeah, and this is, and then you can close it and open it up that way, and we've got pockets here, look, with lots of tags in them. There's a pocket on a pocket. And then on there's another pocket. So yeah, that's sort of that's a flip out page with lots and lots of journaling space on there. I do like my journals to have lots of journaling space. So we've got all that there, and then you can close it up, and then we open the next page, and we have got a little pocket at the top of the page there, and another one at the bottom, both with pieces from the kit. Then over here I've used strips of paper left over from the rest of the kit, and I've joined them together to make this pocket, and inside it I have put this one. I did cut out the background from here and add that circle instead, that picture. Then inside it's got 2 postcards which can be written on both sides, and they fit into there nicely. And then also I made this little piece of writing paper. You can open it out and write on it and put it back in again. Yeah, I really love how this turned out. This I've used it quite a lot in my Alice journal actually, and I absolutely love it. Over here we've got this cute little guy, and then over here we have got a folio. Well, it's sort of a folio. This was on Jeanette Padley's video, which is Crafting Dragon Designs, she showed how to make this, and I've been looking at it and sort of thinking, oh yeah, I might have a go at that, but yeah, Jeanette did it for a Monday make, so here's my version of it using the kit. So we've got a picture from the kit there, which is a journal card, and then you can open it up and you can put things inside here if you want to. So it just sort of hides the back there, yeah. And it has, you know, a nice big journaling spot there, and that's held in again with one of them lovely big paper clips. On the other side of the paper clip, I've tucked this little thing in, and I've given a little dangle on the bottom of there. So in here we have got, go confidently in the direction of your dreams, live the life you have imagined. That's lovely, isn't it? And then we've got these little tickets and cards and things to write on in there. There we are, that's a really sweet little pocket. I like that very much. So that can go back into the other side of the paper clip, and then there's always space to write on here. Then I've made a little pocket there out of one of the paper clips, and inside it I'll put another little pocket. It always seems impossible until it's done. Very true. And then you can open that up, and it's got 2 more little writing tags in it. So yeah, that's a very busy little pocket there, isn't it? Then over here I made this. Now I saw it when I was flipping through some videos on how to do it, and I thought, oh, that's a quick and easy thing to do. So I made it, and I turned it into a belly band and put these little bits and pieces. These are strips of paper left over from the kit, and I will do a tutorial on how to make one of those. It can be used as a bookmark, it can be used as a tag, it can be used as a belly band. Yeah, there's lots of possibilities. And then we're to the middle of this signature, and it has a little fox and a dragonfly dangle on it. And then on the bottom of that we have got a wax seal. Over this side I've done a little over the page tuck, that is. You don't really need this on it, but I thought it just looked nice. And you've got a pin there, and you've got this if you want to use it anywhere else in your journal, you can do. So in there we've got 2 tags just tucked into there like that. And then on the other side we've got the same 2 little tags there, and the little squirrel peeping out at you. On this page we've got 2 little tags in a pocket, and then the rest of the page can be written on. Then we've got this bit. This is an envelope, and you can open it up. There's a pocket with tags in it. The envelope itself has tags in it, and then on the front there's another pocket with a pocket. So there's tags in the back, and then there's in the front pocket there's more tags. So it's a pocket on a pocket on an envelope which has another pocket. Lots of writing space on there. Then over here we have got this little thing. This is a little pocket thing I just made. It's got some little tickets in here from the kit. These again are little bits of paper that were left over that I've just used up. You've got a little tag there, little tag there, and then in the top there I turned that little girl into a little tag to write on. She fits in there nicely. You could always write on the back if you wanted to, and then that just tucks into that mushroom paper clip there. Over here we've got 2 pockets on the page again, so there's a little circle there. That is actually the one that matches the front of the pocket, and then this one has got some mushrooms in it. Over here we've got another, I love these little stickers. And then over here we have a big piece of paper folded in half, and then another piece of paper folded in half, tucked up into there, bit like a notepad without being a notepad, if you like. Then over here we have this, which can be used as a bookmark and moved throughout the book. It's basically plaited paper. Then here we have a little pocket with a tag in it. And then we're at the last page with another pocket and another tag, and it says the only limit to our realisation of tomorrow will be doubts of today. And then on here I've got some of my favourite stickers. I love these leaf stickers. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Then this came from Pet Tape on a roll. I love that. And then this was the snail ones. And here it says, what you do makes a difference, and you have to decide what kind of difference you want to make. Yes, very true. And then in here we've got some nice big tags again. This one I folded up into a pocket at the back because it was a bit too big, but I thought, well, I'll make a little pocket out of it in the back, and just tuck that little tag into there. And then, yeah, so that's it. That is my final design team project for Be Happy Stationery for now. And any of you that have watched right to the end can have the chance to win this journal if you would like to. In my description box will be my email. Pop me an email, and everyone that pops me an email will be put into a draw. And yeah, the person that this is waiting for me to get to 500. I'm almost there. Once I get to 500, I will then draw the winner. So if you've watched up till now, you know, there probably isn't many people that have watched all the way to the end. So if you have, you might be the only person that enters, Gainer. Yeah, so if you've watched all the way to the end, pop me an email. I'll put my email in the description box, and I'll put you in the draw to win this journal. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.